All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I got a special public service announcement for you. It is official. The breast milk of this beautiful country is wearing out. It's running dry. So I'm pretty sure by now all of you know just how inflated everything is in our economy. Chances are you watching this video, you're probably having some uncomfortable bill paying going on. Right? You might be struggling a little bit with your finances. You might be being underpaid. More than likely you are underpaid according to what you're worth. Job market is not really giving competitive benefits. Not really paying competitive wages. Having a job is not necessarily cutting it anymore. And even if you are doing okay with your bills and things, think about the future. If you're like me at 29 years old, practically 30, 70 is a few decades away, right? So what economists project now for millennials is that you're going to need to retire within between 2 to 3 million. For people born in the 80s, they say 2 million. For people in the 90s, they say 2.5, 3 million. Now, of course, these numbers are going to differ depending on where you're located and whose opinion you're getting and whose the calculations you're following. But ask yourself, for you to live your ideal lifestyle right now, how much would you need to be earning a year? And I mean ideal. I don't mean just scraping by. I don't mean just cutting it. Okay? What would you need to earn right now? Now, let's factor in retirement, medical bills, expenses. Now, you see how expensive medical bills are now. And just understand, right now, 60% of all bankruptcies are from medical bills. 60%. Okay? So now you got to factor that into retirement, because now if you're sitting back and you're working a job and you're trying to work the shit out of that job and earn just enough money to be able to retire, you're probably going to be retiring at the age of 75, 80 years old, the way things are looking right now. So let me ask you, when do you plan on retiring? The Social Security that you're currently paying for right now, I doubt very seriously that you're going to be able to take advantage of that Social Security within the next 30, 40, or 50 years. More than likely, it's going to be gone. So all of that money that you're paying into it right now, I wouldn't be banking on that if I were you. So, what are the options? Well, the world we live in right now, there's a lot of leverage. You're watching this video right now online. The internet is the bread and butter for earning a substantial income now. Now, the baby boomers, you know, they're going to tell you things like go out and get a job, go to school so you can get a degree and get a better job. Well, that ain't exactly cutting it now, is it? Because chances are, if you've been in med school, you've been in law school for 4, 6, or even 8 years, chances are you have graduated or you will be graduating with a minimum of $250,000 in debt. Okay? So now, what are you going to be earning a year? 80,000, maybe 100,000. Now calculate your expenses. How quick do you think you're going to be paying off that college debt? Maybe if you graduate at 28 years old with that $250,000 in college debt, maybe you'll pay it off by the time you're 40, right? But if you pay it off by the time you're 40, you plan on graduating at 65. What do you got, 25 more years to make that $2 million? Seems a little tight. Because now if I told you, would you be able to make $2 million in the next 25 years? Would you be able to retire with that kind of money in the next 25 years? Do you think you can do it at the current pace you're going? Think about things like time freedom. How much of a slave to your textbooks do you have to be? How much of a slave to your job do you have to be? A close friend of mine right now is getting crushed by college. Now, I've known her, and all the time I've known her, she's only been around 145, 150 pounds. She's over 200 pounds now. She's working full time and going to college full time on that typical college ramen noodle diet because there's no time to do anything else. And she's going to graduate with an insane amount of debt. And she will go from being a slave to college to being a slave to work. And you'll be a slave to work until it's time to retire. And hopefully you have enough money at retirement to get by. This shit looks insanely bleak. It's total bullshit. It's not going to cut it. I realized that early on. I'm stuttering. I can't talk right. I got a speech impediment if you haven't noticed. But I noticed that very early on. Now, my trade is I'm a fitness coach. I'm a fitness coach / avid personal development enthusiast. There we go with that speech impediment again. So, as a fitness coach, typically you're in the gym training clients. If you're not in the gym training clients, chances are you're not getting paid. Many fitness professionals notice this. So all the successful ones, if you want to be successful in the fitness industry, you got to be pushing some kind of supplements. Take this protein shake, take this testosterone booster, take this pre-workout, buy this, buy that. You got to be some kind of brand ambassador, right? Because if you're not that brand ambassador, you're going to be working on a session-to-session basis. But what if somebody runs a red light and hits you with their car? You can't use your legs anymore, so you can't even demonstrate how to do a squat, how to do a deadlift, how to do a box jump. You can't work out anymore. Your livelihood is damaged. So if you're laid up in a hospital bed or you're laying home in a bed or in a wheelchair in a cast, where's your income going to come from? What are you going to do? Rather than me waiting until I get into that position, I decided, you know what? It's time to be proactive. How do I become that brand ambassador? How do I make passive income, residual income? How do I do this? Well, the power of online marketing, right? I'm pretty sure you're getting some emails right now from the last store you've been to. If you went and shopped at Armani Exchange, chances are you're getting emails from them about sales. If you went to Best Buy, same thing. You got a Sprint phone, Verizon, guaranteed you're getting emails from Verizon and Sprint. They do this for a reason. They understand the power of online marketing. Facebook is free for a reason. Because you can be a user for free, but if you're an entrepreneur and you want to get your business out there, chances are you're paying for advertisement. PPC they call it, right? Pay per click. And Facebook is getting crazy wealthy off of that. Worth billions, right? Google, worth billions. Why? Online marketing. The golden ticket to financial freedom and success. If you don't understand this, you don't understand the leverage you have in the environment that you live in. Everything is online. You go into any store that's worth a damn, they have Wi-Fi for you to access the beautiful internet, that online community. So I leaped on the first opportunity I got to get an online business and hit the ground running with that thing. Didn't take me long to start earning income either. Matter of fact, the first 2 to 3 months that I was in it didn't make a dime. First 3 months. And I'm investing, paying to keep my business up. That third month went by, next thing you know, the money just starts rolling in. Next thing you know, I'm doing it full time. And now as it is currently 12:18 in the afternoon on a Monday, I'm not on my lunch break. I don't need to hurry up and suck my food down so I can get back to work. I work at my own pace. I'm not a slave to a job for this reason. So I have the luxury of making these videos, informing the people, waking people up. Why? This is the passion, this is where it's at. Being a fitness coach, I understand. People are so swamped with their bills, they don't have time to even think about abs, gaining muscle, losing fat. They don't even have the time. They're so much of a slave to their job, they don't even have the time to step away from work to get in the gym and train. So I need to come up with a solution for that, don't I? Election time's coming up. Who are you going to vote for? Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, Ted Cruz? You got Ted Cruz, right? People say he's a lunatic. He lies, this and that. Biblical freak, right? People say Donald Trump, the guy is completely unqualified, doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, won't submit his tax forms, all this kind of stuff, won't prove his worth. He's always getting in trouble for the dumb shit he says. Then you got Bernie Sanders, right? They keep calling him a socialist, even though he says I'm a democratic. So, oh, he's a socialist. He's trying to ruin the country, trying to end up having the country like Greece, right? Of course, he's the only one talking about the real problems the country's facing, but that's a whole nother subject. Then you got Hillary Clinton, right? What people love to call her. Where she's all bought and paid for. She won't disclose the speeches that she was given to Goldman Sachs. Getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to give a speech. I'd love to give a speech and do something like this. Talk to you guys for a few $100,000. Of course, that ain't happening yet, but why? That's a whole nother conversation. But as it stands right now, it looks ridiculous. But what people don't understand is it doesn't matter who's president. Because when you don't understand how the environment that you live in functions, when you don't understand the leverage around you, things aren't going to change. It's not about corrupt government. It's about ignorant people, uneducated people. It's about a school system that doesn't teach you the truth. Because you can learn about igneous rocks. You can learn about the biology of a pig or a frog. And you can cut animals open, play with rocks and chemicals. You can learn about America's corrupt history, stealing land from people and stealing people from land. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. You can learn all of this kind of stuff. But what about personal development? What about mindset training? Where are the courses on that? Where's the courses on emotional intelligence? There was no emotional intelligence class in school, was there? There was no class in school teaching you about taxes, teaching you about credit bureaus, TransUnion, right? There wasn't none of that. They didn't teach you about Better Business Bureau. You're not learning about that. You're not learning about entrepreneurship. You're not learning about that. Why? Those are the keys to wealth. That's the stuff you need to learn. And if you're not learning that stuff, you're not understanding your environment. It's easy for baby boomers to say, oh, just go out and get a job. Then go to school, get a degree, and get a better job. Well, people are doing that, and it ain't working now, is it? I know, for one, I couldn't go to college full term. I said, you know what, that's not a wise idea. Let me put myself in tons of debt, go to school, be a debt slave, get out and try to look for a job in my field. A lot of people I see doing that, and they're working jobs that have nothing to do with what they went to school for. I know a guy who was a general manager of a gym, working tons of hours. That's not what he went to school for, though. Guy went to school for culinary arts. What are you doing in a gym? But I digress. So I got into online marketing because, I said, you know what? I'm not going to risk losing it all because somebody ran a red light and hit me with their car, or I come down with some kind of illness that keeps me out of the gym. And so I'm screwed out of my livelihood. I don't want to be that guy who says, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got tons of medical bills. I can't go back to school. I can't go back to work. I'm laid up here in bed with tons of debt. What am I going to do? Work online. You can sit in front of a laptop, right? Or the single mother who's got kids and all her time goes either to work or raising her kids, and she barely has time to raise her kids because she's always at work, so her kids are always in daycare and the bills are crushing her. She loves her job, but it's not paying enough for her. It pays her enough so she can pay her bills, but it doesn't pay her enough to get financial freedom so she can spend more time with her kids. Why? But the truth is that when I meet successful people who do online marketing, they used to be those people swamped at work. They used to be like that. And they did what I did. They found out about online marketing and they ran with it. But this video isn't necessarily about online marketing. What it is mainly is about that people need to wake up. It's not about your bills now, it's about the future. It's not about who's going to win presidential nomination, who's going to be the next president. That's not what it's about. Bernie Sanders, he gets into office, we're all going to get free health care, we're going to get free tuition, yay. No, that's not what it's about. They don't even want to talk about that guy on the news because they don't want you knowing about him. What he's saying makes too much sense. Let's call him a communism. Let's call him a communist. Because when you don't understand the difference between socialism and communism, it's easy to just mix up the two. You don't know any better. Let's keep the people ignorant. This video is about not being ignorant. This video is about education, understanding the importance of it to get free. Because this country dominated due to slavery of African Americans. Now, it's about slavery again and the domination of not just African Americans, but everyone. It don't matter if you're black, yellow, brown, white, peach, beige, purple, green. If you're working 10, 12 hours a day and your kids are sitting up in daycare, welcome to slavery. And you know what? Please, I want to know how you feel. If you're looking for opportunities, you're interested in online marketing, or you disagree with what I'm saying, you think I'm full of shit, let me know in the comments below. Reach out to me on social media. Connect with me on social media. Let's have an open discussion about it. Because ultimately what I want to do is connect with the people and spread the message, right? So I can give you further explanation to everything I just said. I can give you opportunity so that you can get free like me. Because I'm not focused on paying my bills. I'm focused on being a 6 or 7 figure income earner. I'm not worried about pay period. I'm worried about ROI. And if you don't even know what ROI is, you need to get in touch with me. You need to know what return on investment is. If you don't know what personal development is, you don't understand your state, you need to reach out to me. You need to go in the description, connect with me on social media. You need to leave a comment below, reach out. And if you don't want to reach out to me, you need to reach out to somebody who knows. Because if you don't like where you are right now and somebody's preaching education, information, those are the people that you want to connect with, the ones that are spreading the knowledge. They're not posting booty shaking videos. They're not posting weed smoking videos. Okay? Because I'll tell you right now, shit's nuts. We live in a country where you got a fat booty chick like Kim Kardashian who makes more money than the president of the country. You got a guy who created Facebook. He makes more money than the people in office. So if you think I'm ridiculous, those people are ridiculous. But then again, I'm not necessarily talking to the people who think I'm ridiculous. I'm talking to the people who understand what I'm talking about and they want to take things to the next level. So if my message resonates with you, that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. And this video is long as hell, and all the people who dropped off or they don't find this interesting, it's not for those people. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the ones who watch this video all the way to the end. I'm talking to the people who are going to click the buttons, connect with me on social media, leave comments, the ones who want to learn. And I'm not saying I'm a guru. I'm a conduit. I'm literally a tube of information that gets passed from the people who are successful. And then I use that information, become successful, and I just pass it right along. Each one teach one. Get at me.